Hi, good morning. Welcome to my channel. I'm Gorgeous Gold. If you are returning to my channel, I'd like to say thank you so much to anybody who has supported me whatsoever. I appreciate you. If you are new to this channel and this message resonates with you, then please hit that subscribe button. I'm coming on today to do a video in the video series, Attracting a Life Beyond Your Dreams. And this topic is going to be about breaking the barriers with spirituality. So just using your spirituality to break through life's barriers. Um, so I like this topic. I was meditating on it this morning and I'm really excited to come on and talk about it because this is a topic that I've pretty much done my entire life. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Well, basically, the first thing I'd like to touch base on is what I would define a barrier is. Barriers are those obstacles in your life that you feel like are impossible for you to overcome, or that have such negative stereotypes or like just information related to it. For instance, I'm a dark-skinned black woman, and I don't know if very many people know or understand the relationship with America and the dark-skinned black woman. We've been through a lot of pain, and we are not necessarily accepted, not only by the people in our community. It's a war on itself. It's a topic I'll end up probably making a video about too, to be honest with you. But anyways, the dark-skinned black woman is not very much wanted by society. And that's not to say in a sense of like we're not accepted in society, but we've always kind of been the outcast. We have to be ghetto or intense or just ratchet, and like that's how we're publicly displayed. Always angry, always aggressive. And so throughout my life, people tell me I don't act black, or I don't act like a black woman, or whatever you'd like to say. But that was a problem to me because I am a black woman and I do act like a black woman. I act like myself. There's no need to box us, and we've always been that way. And it's not just us. There's a large group. But black women are just, I was even just reading a book about how black women are the least likely to be married in America. Like dark-skinned black women, African American, full African chocolate black women. So anyways, that would be a barrier to overcome. And I'm going to talk about basically how to use spirituality to break through those kinds of barriers, to break through the things that nobody actually talks about, and just to break through those parts of yourself that you battle every day and that you might be feeling insecure or hurt or diminished by. So now that we got the example of barriers out there, we're gonna go on and talk about, and I'm sure maybe I will receive some backlash for this, but this is a message that I'm called to put out, so I'm going to. Yeah. So basically, spirituality, it has a large, I don't know, spirituality is largely associated with religions, or it's not really religious. It's like if you aren't associating it with religion, you're associating it with some like hippie mystical force. And maybe the people that are on this channel are not going to feel this way, but there are people that are out there that do. When I'm talking about spirituality, what it means to me is learning unconditional love, not only for yourself, but for the planet. And when I look at spirituality, although I do love stones, and I do love burning my sage, and I do love my incense, and I do love all of the spiritual practices that I've picked up and gained along the way, that's not what spirituality was ever for me. Spirituality was becoming one and becoming whole within mind, body, and spirit. Learning to balance myself and to honor the temple that I've been given, and also honor Mother Earth, the creator of all things. Mother Earth is literally, I was watching a documentary the other day of how she's making volcanoes go off so that she can create new spaces on Earth. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, that's something to dig into if you're into that kind of thing. I love the science of spirituality, because everything starts from nothing and then becomes something. And I love this topic. I'm sorry, guys. I get really, like, so many words come to my brain. So you can literally just start from ground zero with yourself. We all started at ground zero, and we were born, and then we were raised with standards and expected to be this, and we have programming from our families, even programming that you didn't know you picked up on. So for instance, as a child, if you constantly hear, I'll use again my own experience, like, you know, dark-skinned women aren't smart, dark-skinned women aren't as pretty. Shout out to some of my family members. Like, anyways, hearing stuff like that as a child, that's what you were then programmed to think about yourself. If you're 4 and 5 and you hear that, then obviously that's what you would think about yourself. So then that becomes a self-esteem issue. That becomes something that you're afraid to embrace, because now you're already going into the world thinking that you are not beautiful, thinking that you are less than, and thinking that you're dark skin. You can't change the color of your skin. You could try to bleach it, but I mean, let's be honest, you still gonna be who you are, unless you plan on bleaching for the rest of your life. You can try to run from it, but you can't run from yourself. So you have no choice but to just believe, well, right off the bat, I'm already going into this knowing that I'm less than the other people that are there. A barrier. So I hear that, and even though it wasn't, well, sometimes it was directly said to me, but other times it was just in conversation. So I already went into my adolescent years with the expectation and with the thought that I'm less than, like I'm not as pretty as any of these girls that are gonna be here because I'm dark skinned, my hair's not long, and whatever else my family would say. So then I get into adolescent years, and I grew up in Colorado Springs, and you go there and other black women, dark-skinned black women, and even light-skinned can attest to what I am saying from that area. The black men there are not attracted to you. You're not light-skinned, you're not a different race, you're not white. Like, it's just, and I won't say this for all of them, but I will say in the area that I grew up in, this is the experience that I had. You're not beautiful. So then you start to really believe what others were saying, because your family already said this, and then now you're going to a school where your peer group is creating, you know, your peer group is forming. You are going into the clusters and branching off into who you are based on your peer group. And so if your peers are saying the same thing that your family said, systematically your brain is storing this because you're still developing constantly as this is all going on. You're still developing. And so this programming is being instilled into your mind and into your consciousness and into your spirit. And it's hard. It's hard to face that. It's hard to grow up and always feel systematically less than. And that is happening with dark-skinned women all over the world, all over America. I know it. I see it. And it breaks my heart. I can go through within my own life and name other women. I can name so many women in my family that I've seen affected by this. And so I'm not on here to talk about race issues. Like I said, I am going to make a video about that. I am feeling called to, so I'm going to. But this is just talking about barriers again, and I'm giving you guys personal experiences from my life and from myself, because that's the only way I can show you how this works. And so the barriers are there, and they're so programmed in you that you don't even realize that they're leading your life. You don't realize that that goes into every single aspect of your life. So I overcompensated, and I wanted to be everything other than what was stereotypically expected of me as a dark-skinned black girl. So they expected me to be hood or ratchet or whatever you would say. They wanted me to talk improperly and just be something that I wasn't, to be black. So I was conscious of my decisions. I don't know if you guys watched the movie The Hate U Give, but basically what she did, that was my life. Like, she went to 2 separate schools, or went to 1 school but lived in the ghetto. But when she was at school, she put on another front. Like, for me, I was so conscious of the way I spoke, the way I wore my hair, the way I dressed. Like, I never wanted to be categorized as a ratchet black woman. And so it already feeling less than, I wanted to be everything opposite of what I was expected to be, so that I never fell into that trap. Because let's face it, to be a dark-skinned black woman and to fit the way that they want us to fit, or the way that people expect you to act, you're doomed. That's what that means, being realistic. So it's up to you to be conscious. Black women will attest to this. This is literally walking around every day trying to be conscious or cautious of what you're saying and what you're doing, so that you don't fall into a stereotype. Because let's just face it, nobody wants to. And I'm not saying we are the only ones with stereotypes. There are stereotypes everywhere, guys, but I'm speaking from my experience. So you just go into it with this thought that that's who you have to be. So you hide parts of yourself that you want to express. Because my grandma sent me to a predominantly white school, I'll be honest. So I grew up where I was in a richer neighborhood. Like, I didn't grow up in a richer neighborhood, but I went to nicer schools. And, well, until 7th grade. But anyways, I was around a different race. And my cousins are half white. So, and my aunt is half white, and I grew up in her household some of my time too. So I grew up around a different type of culture. I grew up around my culture, but I lived 2 different lives basically. So I knew how to adjust, but I felt the need to adjust even as a child, because that's what I grew up as, already feeling less than. And so, anyways, that's just some background. That is a barrier. That is a barrier. The barrier between becoming whole and feeling the need to hide. I overcompensated with good grades, proper language, like proper English. I overcompensated with just a lot of things. And so becoming an adult and breaking into spirituality, the stones, meditating, honoring my inner self, honoring and loving myself, discovering self-love and self-confidence, that is spiritual to me. That is what we all need to strive for. Spirituality is discovering self-love and learning to love yourself unconditionally, love others unconditionally, and love the source of all things, the universe, unconditionally. Like, love is what spirituality is for me. And so the way to use spirituality to break through the barriers is to systematically go through and love yourself and heal yourself through the programming that you may not have even known it was there. And in order for you to even be able to do this and to discover that, you have to be open. You have to be open to strip naked for yourself and to dive deeper into yourself and into your body than you ever imagined that you could. You have to be willing to tell yourself the ugly truth and to face those areas of your life that are your fault, and they're not your fault because you consciously knew it was happening, but they are your fault because you've allowed this programming to control you for this long. And so I know it's not easy, and I say that with love, you guys, because I'm on this journey. Remember that. Like, everything I will speak to you on this channel about are things that I personally, myself, go through on a daily basis, and things that I have gone through to heal to get where I am, because I've come a long way. Those people that know me that watch this channel can attest to what I'm saying. I have come a long way. For real. And I'm stripping myself and giving it to you guys, because I'm an introvert for sure. This is not normal for me. Anyways, it's breaking the things down and showing yourself the ugly truth and being ready to experience and to face things within yourself that you never knew were there. And so the best way to do this is to learn to speak to your little person inside of you. This can sound weird, but this is real. Everyone can go back to a memory when they were a child. And this memory will, for some people it will be a good memory. And for others of you, there will be a bad memory, or there will be a memory that you can tell when you start to really face and think about yourself, shaped your current situation, or shaped your self-esteem, or shaped your confidence. We can go back to the first day that we heard, you're ugly, so you're never gonna get a boyfriend, or you're fat, all you're ever gonna be is fat, or you're stupid, all you're ever gonna be is stupid, or you're gay, all you're ever gonna be is gay. Like, whatever it is, whatever the first day was that your self-esteem and your confidence started to be taken away from you, or whatever day you felt that you were being diminished, you can go back to that as a child. Like, I know personally I can go back to the age of 4, and I can think of a memory right now that hurt me on my birthday. Like, I can go back and think of that. So you go back to whatever age you can last envision yourself at, and you sit down in your mind. So the first step would be, I guess, to practice meditation. But I feel like to do this, you don't even have to meditate. You just have to be able to visualize and use your childlike imagination to pull yourself back to when you were that age. And I mean, go deep. Like, if you can remember the kind of hairstyles that you used to wear back then, or the best thing and the best advice that was given to me was to look at a picture of yourself and use that picture from your childhood to talk to it. And you're going to sit down with yourself and you're going to go back to that time. Honestly, just go back to the time that you can remember and pick yourself up out of that situation as you are now, and visualize yourself hugging yourself as if you would another child, a child from school, or a little baby that you seen crying, your niece or your nephew or your own child. Literally. And you guys may think this sounds nuts, and that is fine. I'm okay with sounding nuts, because I made this channel to help people grow, and this helped me grow. And I'm sharing this because it's real. I'm sharing this because I live it. So, whatever. Go talk to the picture and envision yourself hugging that picture and just talking to them and coddling them as you would your own child. And do that for all of your experiences. And if you can't think of every experience, just do that every day in general. And constantly remind yourself that you are here now to heal that part of yourself. You are here to love that part of yourself unconditionally. I love you. Tell yourself that every day. I love you so much. For me, I would wake up and say, I love you so much, and I still do. I love you so much, little Raven. I've got your back if no one else does. When no one else has your back, I have your back. And constantly tell yourself that on the daily basis. For one, it allows your inner self, your inner child to heal, because most of our wounds, guys, come from inner childhood wounds. Because they're wounds that happened when we were children and they never were healed. So we went through life, once again, with the programming in us, and then we never heal it. Especially men, because men, it's not... Society doesn't want you to be able to break down and to heal yourself. Society doesn't want you to be feminine. Men are supposed to be strong and tough and fight, and they can't cry and they can't have emotions, or they can't show them. Nobody, that's not realistic. You have emotions, you have to show them, you have to heal them. Because if you don't, you go through life with these wounds and this pain and these burdens still here, wondering why every relationship that you get in doesn't work, or nothing that you do feels whole. Because you are not whole. You are broken, and the broken are the evolved. So if we took the time to heal our hearts, the broken are the evolved. I love that. That's from the movie Split. Like, I heard that and I've resonated with it ever since. So that's your first set of homework, basically. And the crazy part about this was, I thought this was going to be a one-part video, but as I'm continuing to talk, I'm like, nah, this is longer than one part. So this is just video 1. I'm going to leave y'all with homework assignments to do from this video. And then video 2, we'll go through and we're going to talk about some more things, because that is what Attracting Life Beyond Your Dreams was about. It's about getting real, and it's about healing, because ultimately, healing yourself and your mindset and your self-esteem and your heart, that is the first step to changing your life and to attracting a life beyond your dreams. And guys, as I said, these aren't pipe dreams. I'm not selling you a dream. I'm speaking my life to you. That's what's happening. This is real, tried and proven. This is just, that's how I feel. So anyways, guys, the first step to this all is healing the inner child. And this is not overnight work. This isn't work that you're going to do and then you're just going to be like, oh, okay, cool, that step's done now, so I'll do something else. No, it doesn't happen like that. It's going to be deep. It's going to be breaking things down. Sometimes you're going to cry. And I know I spent a lot of nights crying. A lot of nights crying, because when you start going back that far and you realize every single step that went into making you, and every single step that went into shaping your mindset and in turn shaping your life, it'll blow your mind. And I know some people might be like, okay, well, this is common sense. This is stuff that, it can be common sense. Okay, somebody can already know this, but there's still far too many people out there that are stuck in the loop of living lives that they hate and being broken and doing drugs and trying to numb pain that they don't even understand where it came from. And they don't even understand that they can heal this on a deeper level, not just numb it, because when it is numb, it'll always come back. And it doesn't matter how much alcohol, how many drugs, like no matter what you do, it's never going to be escaped. That's the truth. You can smoke weed every single day and be high all day, but when you're not high again, you'll think about it. And I ain't even gonna say weed, because to be honest with you, you might hit a blunt and actually go back and start thinking about it. So that was a bad example. But I know people that have done meth. I know people that have done coke. I know people that are doing heroin, ecstasy. Like, I know people personally that their childhood has shaped them, and they've lost themselves trying to numb and chase a numb pain. We all got anxiety. Most of the people I grew up with in my neighborhood got anxiety. We all have anxiety, have depression, grew up to have kids. And I'm not saying it's bad to have kids, but I mean grew up to have kids before we were ready. Grew up to hate themselves. Really, low key, high key, no matter how much self-confidence you try to pretend that you have, we grew up to hate ourselves because of the circumstances that we came from. And so why not break the chains? Why not break the cycle? Why not discuss the hard things? And why not sit down right now and face the hard things and heal them for once and for all, not numb them? Because to numb, like I said, it will always come back to life. When you go to the dentist and you get your teeth pulled, they numb your mouth. I know when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, they numb my mouth, but when I got home a couple hours later, that shit kicked in. Oh my God. Like, hurt so bad. Like, really though. I'm saying that just to be honest with you guys. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all hide, but when you come down, it's still right there. I know so many girls, and I myself, that allow boys to control us, or not even control you, but make you feel less than, make you feel like, oh, you're not good enough, you're dark skinned, you're ugly, blah blah. So you chasing him like you need him. And I look back on it and I love myself through that, and I smile at myself, and I'm grateful on some Ariana Grande thank you next shit. Like, I'm so grateful for my exes and grateful for the people that I encountered that told me that I wasn't beautiful or that I wasn't enough, or you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl. That's one of my favorites. Or what was it? Oh yeah, you're the first black girl I ever dated because you don't act black, you act white. And then you make fun of how dark I am. Damn, you're dark. Damn, you're dark. Burnt. And then oh man, guys, I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that, I promise, because I feel like we need to get real, we need to get honest, and we need to get healing. So if to make you heal, I have to dig deep and trigger, then that's what I'm willing to do. I like I said, I'm expecting to receive backlash. I'm not gonna say I'm a tough wall, but I know that for the people that I'm gonna help, this is worth it. This is worth it. Because my life has changed through spirituality, through self-love, through unconditional love. And I see now just the areas where it's sad. It's really sad. And the thing of it is, I sit back and I think even the people that do hurt or do tease, they need to hear this same healing, because hurt people. The cycle continues. You're hurt, so then you go hurt. I became a bully because I didn't love myself. I was a bully in middle school. I'm not proud of that. I said sorry to everybody. And right now, into the universe, I speak blessings and gratitude and love and healing to those people that I've hurt, because nobody is perfect. Every person has made mistakes. Every person continues to make mistakes. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and to be human means to make mistakes. And so you're not an honest person, and you can't move into love truly until you love yourself, and loving yourself means to love and accept your mistakes too. So this is breaking the barriers, like through spirituality. It really is. And guys, I'm excited to teach you this. Like I said, this isn't a one-time video. And I told you guys I wanted to leave you with homework, and I do. The first homework is to make that first thing, the first set of homework. I'll promise to only give you 2 assignments a video. But the first homework assignment is to make that first encounter with your little child. And then if y'all are really into this and you're comfortable enough, send me an email on my gorgeousgoal94@gmail.com about how this made you feel, what you thought of. Share your story with me. And for those of you that give me permission, I will share your story with others. But please just start with doing that first session for me. Do that. And the second thing I want you to do is make a list of 10 qualities about yourself that you're proud of and that make you happy. Once you have done that, again, both of those, you can complete both of those this week. Or when you make the first encounter, make sure you write that down and sit with it, experience it, and then share that story with me if you would like to. And then the list of 10, if you would like to include that, go for it. But make sure you put this list somewhere where you can see it. And guys, once again, I'm not telling you to do something that I don't do myself. I'm helping you heal and attract a life beyond your dreams. I made this series to get real with you. And like I told y'all, I will be using a variety of different things, but this is just the first one. Guys, that's going to be all for this video. I'm so excited to do this with you guys. I really look forward to hearing your stories, and I want y'all to know that I send love through every one of these videos that I make. And I send my heart and my true self through every one of these videos that I make. And with that, I'm sending y'all love, and I'm sending you guys the strength and the skills that I have, the spiritual skills that I've attained from my healing and growth. I send those. I use those to send y'all all love through this time, because I feel that, and I know what it feels like. I know the pain and how hard it is to get to the root of this. But you guys, I also know the light at the end of the tunnel. So please stick with me and join me on this journey. Also, guys, I've officially hit 100 subscribers. Well, over. And I'm trying to continue to grow. I want to reach as many people as I can. So if you guys can help me with that, I love y'all. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for that. And that's what the subscriber parties are about. It's for my way of celebrating with y'all and my way of saying thank you. So, and I'm going to continue to do that. The more my channel grows, the more the subscriber parties will change. Eventually, I plan on having it where I'm going to just select people from the comments that I know have been fucking with me and that have been sharing my videos and helping me. I'm going to select them and do like a monthly drawing. Like, there's beauty. So I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. I can't wait to hear your stories. I hope you guys share those with me. Make sure you go get your questions over in that subscriber party video. Sending you guys so much love and just positive energy. Thank you so much.